And now we move to our next final with Bia and Gabby, and I'm here with Jake Watson. This is Kendall Rusing, and we are ready to rock.
Yeah, it's going to be an absolutely amazing final here. Very excited to see how this one plays out. Bianca Basilio, of course, the owner of a devastating footlock. Gabrielle McComb, very intense competitor.
Gabby McComb is one of those athletes that has moved up and down between weight classes over the years and consistently always done well in her weight and the absolute, especially as quite a smaller competitor. It says a lot about her intensity and her ferocity. And you can say the same with Bia Basilio, right? Both of them do well in the open class, and it's pretty rare for light feather and featherweight competitors to do so.
Yeah, and if you can remember, one of the most viral female jiu-jitsu moments was when Bianca Basilio dropped Seonagi Tayani Porfirio. That was, the crowd went wild then, and she does have some great judo attacks from the feet, so it's going to be interesting to see if she employs any of that. Neither athlete has opted to pull guard yet as we near the first minute of the match down.
Yeah, Bia always coming out with the big moves. She also is the current minus 60 kilo ADCC champion with a big footlock against Fiona Davies in the finals. And like you said, with her footlock, it's devastating on people of all weights, all sizes, and all tournaments. It's pretty safe to say she's going to get a footlock if she's here competing, or a toe hold.
It's kind of like one of those, like an Isaac Deuterlane or a Mikey Musumeci. It's just such a dangerous attack. Even if you know it's coming, it's still so difficult to defend. And she has attacks off of the footlock as well, so even defending it comes with a modicum of danger.
Yeah, absolutely. Interesting to see both of them opting to stay in the standing position. Gabby McComb has we saw her like kind of threatening a little bit of a jumping loop choke here. There's that drop Seo you mentioned earlier, not quite able to get underneath the hips, but that's exactly how she had that big takedown against Tayani a couple of years back.
And you can see her this time just faking up and down with her opposite hand and trying to get Gabby to think about a couple things before dropping underneath, but McComb privy to any sort of explosive movement, it seems.
Yeah, McComb is an incredible athlete. I mean, she's not a very tall competitor, but she jumping guillotines tall people. It's pretty intense. She'll jump guillotine you, or if you're able to fight off the guillotine, you posture back up, then she'll shoot in right for a double, so she'll bait the blast double with the guillotine. It's very impressive how athletic she is on the feet. Great wrestling, and see some of those shots now. But Bia countering with a big rotational turn on the collar. Just about 2 minutes into our finals here, our featherweight final. It's actually pretty rare that in the featherweight weight classes we see two opponents standing like this for this long. Usually we're looking at a double guard pull or one person, predictably pulling, right? One person predictably passing. But in the smaller weight class, it's nice to see a bit more of a takedown exchange here. And good mat awareness and mat control from Gabby McComb, trying to stay in the center.
And at that, a dynamic takedown exchange. You see more of the wrestling techniques being employed by Gabby McComb, and judo mixed with wrestling, as we just saw by Bianca Basilio.
Single, big outside single attack with that collar grip, just like you're saying, dynamic wrestling. And when you use that right hand on the collar, or whichever hand on the collar, to break the posture, and use the other hand to swing to the single in the gi, can be very, very effective.
You can really see the creativity of both of them coming out, too. It's a chess match. They're trying to figure each other out, get the best option. Bianca is using a lot of fakes to try to set up throws and different attacks, and you can even see right there, just trying to do like a little Sasai foot trip was Gabby McComb to try to set up maybe a takedown or just get a better grip.
Yeah, we had a mistake on Flow Grappling where we posted that Bia Basilio this would be her second world title. She actually does not have a black belt world title in the gi, and she lost in the 2019 finals by ref's decision to Anna Schmidt. So this is another shot at redemption to go ahead and get that first black belt world title. She's pretty much won every other major there is to win, gi and no gi. We said she's an ADCC champion, Euros, Pans, but this title this will be a first for her if she's able to get the win today. Also would be a first win for Gabby McComb.
So the title that has long eluded her is waiting in the wings. It's a lot of implications on this match for both athletes. Will it be Bia Basilio putting the icing on the cake of her career, it'll be Gabby McComb making her first black belt world title. The storylines of this world, I feel like, have just been so rich. That's all over the place. It's been just this amazing build-up. I mean, we didn't even have a Worlds in 2020. Now we're back. Some of these athletes, as I mentioned on the broadcast with Chase on Mat 1, some of these athletes are their third year of black belt, and it's their first year at black belt Worlds, and it's just so awesome to see the IBJJF back here in Anaheim.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, I know you guys mentioned this earlier. Our female open class black belt finalists were the female open class brown belt finalists in 2019. That is their last world championship. And now they're back at their next world championship, repeating the same thing at black belt, not only in their weight, but in the absolute. That's Yara Soares and Gabrielle Pisani. So really an interesting dynamic. And we've seen some competitors that we haven't actually been able to watch compete in the last year or so, too. Coming back, like Nicholas Maragali's a big one, Philippe Pena, another big one, right? Our absolute finalists in the men's divisions. So really, really great to have Jiu-Jitsu back and back in California.
Yeah, absolutely. It was getting a little interesting competing in Texas so much and competing in Florida so much. But
Texas and Florida. Ooh, big pressure from Bia Basilio there off of Gabby's shot, almost like a little cow catcher reversal, but Gabby right back up to her feet.
Yeah, both athletes seeming to be a little bit more apt to open up a little bit more, throw some different attacks. Gabby doing a big takedown there as we near the halfway point of the match.
The single pulls her back into the center of the mat. And a counter from Bia, but not enough. She will get the 2 here for the takedown.
That was very good by Gabby McComb. She noticed that Bia was trying to flip her out of bounds to reverse the situation, and she hunkered down, got her weight low. 2 points for Gabby McComb, and I think that's going to be big.
Yeah.
If the trend continues like the match has been, where very little can happen.
We do have the medics coming over. Maybe check on, I think it might be a finger or some tape, maybe some blood. Yeah. But the composure here is very important. There are sometimes things that happen like that with the resets. You have to be ready to deal with them, and a big come up on a single leg for Bia Basilio, looking to score this 2 points back. And this single leg with that lapel around is very, very secure. Gabby looking for a loop choke, though. It could be a good threat, but is she going to off-balance herself in the process? That's the real question.
This is where you're seeing the explosiveness of these two competitors. Like Gabby really ripping down the head, and Bianca trying to get her head out. This is a big moment.
Huge, huge moment here. And she's out. And Gabby is out. Wow. Big exchange for these two ladies. 4 minutes left. Gabby leading by 2. And I'm very, very interested now to see if they elect to stay on the feet and Bia is confident that she can score the 2 on the feet, or if she will elect to pull and kind of go more into her guard game and open up, change direction. And there it is. Big guard pull from Bia Basilio here on the edge of the mat. Definitely going to get reset most likely.
Yeah, that was a great call. I didn't necessarily know what Bia was going to do. She's making a grip like maybe she was going to go for a drop seonage again.
Big passing position, though, for Gabby McComb as she starts to pass to the right or the left. Good thing she's being very patient here.
Yeah, you can see her right hand has a very firm grip on the bottom pant leg of Bia Basilio. We'll see if she uses that to try to step over, engage an over-under, or if she's going to move to the left and try to pass.
Oh, great use of the right foot to start recovering from Bia Basilio, but not out of danger at all.
Oh, big passing position. Great stiff arm by Bia Basilio.
Wow. And what's a sidebar, what's also so nice about these athletes is they're so intense the way they're fighting, and then on the edge of the mat they get reset. You see a little communication like, yeah, it's okay, cool, we'll go back to the middle. So it's very, very intense, but at the same time a lot of respect and great sportsmanship. And both of these ladies have always been known for that, right? So really, really nice to see. Good representatives of jiu-jitsu in general. Absolutely.
It's very refreshing to see athletes who can duke it out with everything they have, and yet at the end of the day, there's still respect. There's still a modicum of appropriateness and sportsmanship, and I think it's a good example for up-and-coming athletes that can look up two competitors like this at the very highest level and see how they're behaving.
Yeah, absolutely. Interesting grip exchange. Now I'm curious yet again to see if Bia will opt to pull, because that was some big pressure from Gabby McComb. Might not be feeling super confident in pulling to the guard again.
You can see Bia, the more she moves towards the edge of the mat, the more she's thinking about possibly setting up a throw. Yes. She's motioning with her left hand, pulling on the back of the head, either going for a throw or for a takedown. You can really see it, trying to pressure Gabby to come in and to want to put that pressure forward so that she can drop underneath.
Yeah, an interesting, I like the cross collar grip from Gabby, because it leads to a lot of throws, but it also leads to that loop choke that she likes to do, similar to how it translates to her jumping guillotine and nogi. Ooh, another outside single, a little bit of a shot there from Gabby McComb.
With 2 minutes left, it's going to be interesting to see how Bia is going to opt to make this point difference back. There's no advantages that are going to lean in her favor. It's going to be based on the ref's decision, even if she does get this takedown.
Yeah, and with 2 minutes left, Bia Basilio's got to be feeling the pressure here, feeling a little bit desperate to try to close out this match with a win.
Oh, reaches under for a fireman's. Looking for a Kataguruma underneath is Bia Basilio. But every time she's gone for one of these takedowns, the base of Gabby McComb just gets locked in place, and it's very hard to shake her. It's an interesting spot. Oh, big shot attempt by Bia Basilio.
Almost into a nice aside like you were talking about earlier, rotating her back to the right.
And she has a grip on the belt. See what she does with that left hand grip on the belt. It's good at stopping Gabby McComb's takedowns, but let's see how she uses it offensively.
Yeah, interesting here with both of these ladies are black belt world medalists. Gabby McComb finished in 3rd place in 2019. Bia Basilio finished in 2nd. Yet again in the finals is Bia Basilio with 53 seconds to finish here. Big jumping attack.
Over the top.
Wow, not quite deep enough, but a very big movement that is going to keep Gabby on her toes now as the last 40 seconds of this match finish out. And this is a better guard position than we saw Bia in before. If she can get something moving here and get the last 2 points in the last 30 seconds, she will come up on top and force the ref's decision.
And you have to think, she does force the ref's decision. How is that going to look? Her throwing everything she has in this last little bit. It's got to look good in the judge's eyes. Only 20 seconds.
Big off balancing coming here from the lasso. And the underhook, she starts to come up towards the back, but they do go out of bounds before she's able to move Gabby into the bottom position.
15 seconds. What attack is Bia going to throw?
Last 15 seconds. Big shot from Bia.
Ow.
Big last minute shot from Bia, but Gabby locks up these nice collar grips on a stiff arm. Pulls in the last 6 seconds to hang on here for her first world title. Wow.
What a match.
2-0 win here for Gabby McComb. Moves from 3rd in 2019, the world champion in 2020-21, and a big emotional win here for Gabby McComb of Atos.
And what a meeting of the minds on the feet that we got to be treated for. That was really, I mean, it was so close that I think an understanding of jiu-jitsu really makes it that much sweeter, right? Like understanding just how intricate that fight is and what really goes into creating off balances and what in judo call kazushi to make throws happen. Like that kind of thing is so intricate, and it was really put on full display there. A great showing from Bia Basilio as well, but it was Gabby McComb, got the job done.
Yeah, one thing about Bia Basilio is I really love her pace and her insistence, and we saw her fighting till the very last second for this win here. Absolutely incredible competitors, both of them. Great sportsmanship, super emotional win here for Gabby.
And your 2021 female featherweight champion is Gabrielle McComb, representing Atos Jiu-Jitsu.
A lot of teammates here for Gabby McComb. She is a California resident here, and a lot of people here to watch her. Big drop Seo attempt early in the match that went out of bounds from Bia Basilio. Just some beautiful exchanges here on the highlight reel.
This was the defining moment of the match here where she was able to snatch up the single leg, and as Bia tried to flip her
Almost
out of
got
bounds,
up.
almost got up, but McComb was able to isolate it, and that was the, I believe that moment right there, escaping the single leg, set the tide for her future success throughout the rest of the match.
Absolutely. I think gave her the confidence that she was not going to be taken down. So we will head to the podium. We will see our featherweight medalist right about now.